Every adventure has a start. And this is base camp on Mount McKinley. This is where I'm going to start my actual climb. You fly into here. You land on ice. It's quite dramatic. Have I got anybody here who likes little planes? Anybody who's airsick? Okay. Many people say find your path in life. Many people say find your direction in life. Trust me, when you're going through a field of these things, you have got to be so careful on the path you choose. What you take, you carry. What you want, you take. There's no nipping down Spa. There's no calling in for pizza, and I am not your mother. If you haven't got it, tough. Don't moan about it. If you didn't bring it, bad luck. Don't moan about it. This, for me, is, though, a very, very sad photograph. This is the last picture I have of me in one piece. Because as mountaineers, we will spend hours, days, weeks and months getting to the summit. But we'll only spend 5 or 10 minutes there. And it's only ever half the journey. And the weather changes drastically. And it goes from being breezy to approximately 60 miles an hour crosswind. That's enough to start picking you up. And the air temperature falls to minus 60 centigrade. The long and short of it is I ended up like that. And I had to watch those every day. I was bathed every day to keep the infection risk down, but I got on with my life. So I started writing while I was in my hospital bed. I started listening to books that people sent me on cassette. I started holding press conferences. I started running businesses. I was doing send-receive in those days on Microsoft Outlook with my laptop going to and fro from me and my sister. Because you have no excuse to sit on your backside and moan about it. I taught myself to write in 3 days with any pen I could find with hands like this because I wanted to. The biggest thing for me is I wanted to go winter and ice climbing. Now, most people think that's completely stupid. Why would you want to climb something that's absolutely unstable? Why not? The trouble is I'm a bit insatiable. And people said, right, you've done that, Nigel, great, it's wonderful, sit down, take a rest, do nothing. No. I want to go climbing. So I went and climbed Amadablam in Nepal. That's the route. By the way, I mentioned about being scared of heights earlier. That's where you camp. And I am petrified of heights, by the way. It's about 600 or 800 feet drop that way, about the same that way. Trust me, if you fall after the first 10 feet, it's purely decorative. But when this picture was taken, only 2 to 3 minutes later, the rope I'm hanging on there snapped, and I took an 85-footer. And after a very, very few moments of hyperventilating, hanging on the tips of my crampons and what was left of my fingers, I actually walked off the mountain, then did 17 abseils to camp, and came home the next day. Shattered, but happy. Since then, I've climbed across the world, also onto the Matterhorn, beautiful summit peak. Any of you who have been to Zermatt will see this, up and down in a day. It's a shattering day, but you can do it. But what I want to get across to you is this. You see, I could have so easily have sat down and said, can't be bothered, got no toes, well, there you go, sit down, get over it, Nigel, it'll be fine, do what everybody else does in the world. Wrong. I could have said, you know, can't work properly with hands like this. People actually told me to retire on ill health at 30. No. I said, big mountain, want to climb it, go. Get out of my way.